Between my friend conflicts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to another lovely episode of Shynebright Podcast. And with me, your host, all the time, every time. It's been a while. We've been out of the studios because we've been on the road, right? As a media house, our job is to make sure we entertain and ensuring that we always make sure that we amplify your melodies. So today with me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to have a multi-talented artist, Hosea Kelushi Mpero. He said that I mustn't come up with those names. We give you guys, I'm sure most of you now want to start calling him Kelushi, and I know you guys. I know you musicians. Like, yeah, Kelushi, A flat. Better known as Elzablak, as we all commonly know him. And he comes from his beautiful roots in Driekop, Begersfort. That's in Limpopo, by the way, right? And he's just turned out to become this powerful powerhouse in both music and theater. Now, Elzablak's journey is nothing short of inspiring, guys. And his music career was started in church, like most of us, right? There's a lot to talk about, you know. A lot of people start in church, don't they?
Yeah.
Now, he has blossomed into a very, very rich portfolio of singles and live performances, while his acting experiences spans impressively over productions like Waterland, Get Down, and Elzablak is also deeply involved in community development through his work with youth campaigns and corporate events. Elzablak, we're excited to dive into a credible story, man. Let's start off with your early days in Driekop. How did those formative years shape your passion for music and acting? And to top it off, brother, thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Shynebright Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, the question that you asked.
Yeah.
Growing up, growing in a musical family, and whereby music it always playing in the house and the church, the background of church. My mom and dad, they're singers.
Okay.
At their own right.
I hear you.
But not as
Not
what
like
we
you.
Yes, like what we do.
Yeah.
So growing up into that, and then eventually I fell in love with music, and then it wasn't something that I wanted to pursue when I grew up, but it was something that was close to my heart. When I want to relax or want to talk to myself, I would sing. Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful. Started your musical journey in church, right? Now, how did that experience shape you as a performer today?
When they always say that God is our source of strength. Without Him, we are nothing.
Yes, sir.
So, growing up in church and joining the church choir, I was the youngest member in our.
How old were you?
I think I was around about my 7 when I joined the.
How old are you now?
Man, that's why are you asking me that question?
You answered that you were 7. You can answer this one as well. Just numbers.
No, I'm 34 right
34.
now.
All right,
yeah,
great.
I'm still fresh.
The reason I was asking you that is that you've been doing this for over a long time.
Yeah.
That was the point I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
You've been in the industry for more than 2 decades, man.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I started in church. I still remember my first performance where we were performing as a Sunday school.
All right.
And then, it was a nice moment, and that time my mom was seated in front, and then I was singing. I remember the song. The song is, if you still remember the song, Nakiboma, Musheledibo. I was singing that song. I was leading that song in the choir.
At that age?
At that age. Okay. And then I saw my mom in the crowd, in the audience, and then I burst into tears. I cried.
You started crying from an early age. It was tears of joy, man.
Tears of joy, man.
I hear you, sir.
Overwhelming.
I hear you. So, Elza, as an artist, right?
Yeah.
Who has worked in both theater and music, right? Now, how have your stage performances influenced your music career and vice versa? I mean, you had the privilege of going to theater, and a lot of musicians that I've come across that haven't done theater are kind of like, stereotyped to one kind of direction. But now you, with your exposure to theater, how has that, influenced your music career, vice versa?
I think I could say I'm glad that I went to drama school and went to a good one and been sharpened by the legendary in the province, Mr. Mahuma Paul Rapito. May his soul rest in peace. Indeed, you know, that journey shaped my performing career so powerfully. So, because what we were taught there, that make it a point that whenever you ascend the stage, let it feel like it's your first time ascending that stage.
You need to say that again, bro.
For the first
For
time.
every artist watching this now,
Yeah.
that's deep, bro.
Yeah.
You need to.
You make sure that every time when you ascend the stage, make it as it is your first time and your last time ascending that stage. So you must make sure that you leave a mark. So with that being taught, and then I made it a point that whenever I perform, I don't undermine my audience. I don't undermine where I am performing, who am I performing. I perform like there is no tomorrow. Oh, I understand.
I hear you.
Yeah, because with theater, we live into real action, like life. There's no cut. There's no 1, 2, 3. So that's the thing. So you need to always have energy. You need to always be on your A game. I understand. So that's the thing. So that thing impacted my singing performance and as well. That's why most of people, they will ask, man, where do you get that energy? No, it's from Mahuma Paul Rapetswa. It's from Mahuma.
Was that your first ever theater?
No, man, I started in actually a professional one, yes. Because at school you have your drama and all that, but I started there. But when I went to Prida, Paul Rapetswa Institution of Dramatic Arts, and then that's where I started experiencing real theater.
Yes.
Being taught real stuff, and telling you stage positions, how you should articulate your words, how you should do some certain things, how you should assimilate lines and all that. Yeah, that's when I started experiencing.
So that's really, the Mahuma group has played a critical part in your
Yo, man.
in your not generally just your theater career, but coupled with your music career, the combination has created the Elzablak that we know today. Is that what you're essentially saying?
Exactly. Because mostly in Mahuma group we do what we call musical theater. So you would find that most of the time you are always singing, and that thing, it sharpens your vocal range and your vocal cords. I mean, like if you always exercise your voice and all that, your voice, it mature, and then
I hear you.
some certain notes you can hit.
You saying this reminds me, because I've seen a lot of your performances, So a lot of your live performances, and as you say, you perform like it's your last show, bro.
Yeah.
But now, you also act as it is, because you're in theater, right?
Yeah.
How do you know when you're not acting? What if now here you are in your theater
mode?
Your mode, like you're.
No, man.
How do you separate? Because I feel like they're characters, no?
Yeah. No, it's what we call a technique, and so sometimes you just need to be in that moment and leave that moment for a second or maybe a minute.
It's easy for you just to switch like that.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if I ask you to switch quickly for me now, just for the sake of our audiences to understand the different gifts and talents you have, right? I mean, if you to switch now, switch for like 15 seconds. I mean, I'll call you Kelushi for now.
I missed that too.
All right. I appreciate the fact that you are aware of all these two worlds that are on their own worlds, have their own demand of their own respect and their own right, right?
Yes, yeah.
Now, in what ways has your passion for music impacted your personal life and your growth as an artist?
Yo, man, you see my singing career. There's this other guy I used to play with in his band, Mr. Mbali Toka.
Okay.
And some other musicians in the industry. You would see that this career that we've chosen is not just a hobby.
Yeah.
It's actually a career, your 9 to 5 type of a job. So with me, it has impacted a lot to a point by that I'm able to feed my family. I'm able to do some certain things that I couldn't have achieved. So, bruh, I don't see myself doing anything without music.
Would you say the same thing if you're not into theater as well? Would you say the very same sentiments that the music is allowing you to feed your family?
Yes.
It's allowing you to take care of your own personal needs. Yes. If you're not in a position of where you're also in the theater, where you're also working as a professional, would you have the same sentiments? If it was just the music.
Yeah. Music is my first love. Music is my first love. Like I was saying, I don't see myself doing anything besides doing music. Theater, yes, it played a pivotal role in my life. There's some certain achievements that I achieved while I'm traveling, doing your tailor-made industrial theater with my Homa group. But music is something that when I sing, there's something in me that happens.
You know I'm asking this.
Yeah.
I think you are one person in this position right now to be able to make this clear. Being on this platform, on this podcast, you coming here meant that we wanted you here.
Yeah.
And we understand your relevancy right now as an individual in society, as a professional in the industry. The reason I'm asking this, Elzablak, is that if you look at the state of a lot of musicians, right?
Yeah.
In and around us, professional musicians, good musicians.
Yeah.
They can't say the same thing you're saying, that music is feeding them. Being about their well-being and them being professionals and whatever. And I always say to myself or to them, that it's the lack of management, right, that attributes to talent not being managed properly. Not just the talent, but finances, image, and all other stuff. Would you agree with me that artists need management?
Definitely. You understand? And I think that's a sickness that we have as artists, that if we don't manage our things or decisions that we took, we come back and then blame other people. You understand? But if you, like I was saying, this Mbali Toka, he's from Mama Wile. This guy, he used to work at the bakery and then left. His focus was only on music. That guy built a double-story house with music. He plays guitar with music. I'm not going to talk about the far-fetched. I'm talking about someone who I was sharing a stage with, someone I was gigging with at a wedding, at a party, at a way, you understand? Where my level of gigs that I would do.
You'd always
you understand?
Always be around
exactly.
as well.
So I'm talking about someone who made it possible with what I'm doing as well.
Were they managed?
He's managing himself. He's managing himself. I believe his wife and family and all that.
Yeah, he's probably 1 out of 1,000.
1 of the 1,000. But in a nutshell, that as an artist, you need someone to manage and to check your record.
You see, now we break into another conversation.
Yeah.
You making a living off of your career. You are full-time in your career.
Yes.
Career of music, right?
Yeah.
You started in church. You still are in church.
Yes.
All right. Like a lot of musicians that started in church, they are still in church. Some are serving, some are gigging,
Yes.
some are there to minister.
Yeah.
The question I have for you, do you believe that musicians or full-time musicians have to be compensated by a church system? And if so, please elaborate. And if not as well, you can also share that. Because There's a conflict, Elzablak, that you are well aware of, that nobody wants to talk about.
Yes,
Or the musician, something. It's a wrong. Well, for me, it's a wrong approach because people are coming there. Whenever there's a highest bidder, will get the best players. What's your objective about the issue of us musicians that started in church that are still in church? Some are full time, some are part time, but they all want money. Who must be paid there?
You know, I think my opinion.
Are they paying your church?
No, where I serve.
Oh, you're serving.
Where I fellowship, we don't have.
Those that serve, we don't get anything.
Yeah,
but there's some are getting.
Where I fellowship, we don't have that. Musician and all that.
Okay.
We all sing together in church.
The band as well.
And we don't have a band.
Oh.
Yes, we don't have a band.
That's why you're not getting paid, ne?
Yeah. So, but I gig with a lot of musicians who plays in church. So, my take is, if we don't have music or proper music, it's my opinion, looking at those churches that have bands. If we don't have proper music, remember we go to church for different things. Some they go for weed, some they go for music, some they go for the presence of Lord, and then some they go to just to check or who's wearing what, who's dating who. True. Sister Mamang is courting Brother Mamang, those type of things. But if we are saying no, musicians, we don't pay them and all that, what about that person who comes to church to get healing through music? When the band is playing, that person connects with God.
There was an argument, Elza, that most people learned, especially from your home church, you learned your craft, you learned how to play instruments from that church. They made them, why do you want them to pay you? That was the argument. Right? I said, I furthered my music career by having to go study. I reinvested in that same platform that I grew from. Now I come back as a professional. And that is also considered a job. People must be aware, this thing of music is not a hobby. It is for some, but for some like us, it's an
everyday thing.
That we took time to go and refine. Do you think those people are eligible to get something?
Definitely.
Because it's their job.
Mr. Kepe, it's a job. Like I serve in church, or maybe I play in church. Maybe let me put it that way. I play in church. Maybe I'm a vocal or play any instrument, and I'm a father. I'm a husband.
I hear you.
Every week, I have to be at church rehearsals. Sunday, I have to wake up early, go to church, and play. And then after that, I go back home.
Is this for full-time musicians or part-time musicians?
Full-time.
So part-timers mustn't get anything?
I think
because I got a part-time.
Anyone who plays, and anyone who holds a profession. Like right now, I cannot call a lawyer or I cannot call a doctor and say, come and serve. I understand, because at the end of the day, you have to put the bread on the table.
But I'm talking about those that have, let's say one. I think all of us started playing by ear.
Yeah.
Never dress someone about transposer. Transposer.
Any one of them.
No, I don't. Now let's not go into this one. Now gig. I'm gigging.
I'm saying you are the one of the
transpose
the magic button gang.
It happened. This story is tough. I'll tell you about it one day when I was at the State Theatre. I forgot to take it back. Then another ensemble came, and then they said, this thing is off, man, But we let me go from that. I mean, Sabo was right, but it works for different people.
Yeah.
But the guys with the A flat, they're gigging, eh?
Yeah, no.
More than the 12 keys. I'm sorry for another day. But now, I'm just saying. Elza, come back. Guys, I know, ne? I'm not justifying this thing. I'm saying, Gary, let's learn 12 keys. Marababa, why is it like that? I'm encouraging us to go to school and learn these things. Talking about school, Elzablak.
Yes.
the people that decide to take their vocal career to another level by going to invest and they go study, and then as compared to the ones that just come and that are doing it as a hobby, do you think there should be a difference in terms of compensation? I don't know. In the church, because in the system it's like that. You can't get the same money for a guy who has a degree in jazz and then I come as, you know.
I think it's fair enough because I went an extra mile. Okay. I went an extra mile to give you a proper sound. Yeah. You understand? And when you hold B flat, am I able to tap into that key without shaking? Yeah. And then when you say C sharp or E flat, I'm there. I'm with you. I understand what you are doing. I don't just start a song. Worship team, can you give us a worship song? And then I go and killing the flow of maybe the background, what you call, the professionalism that I will be having to communicate with the pianist and say, can we do the next song on C? Can we do the next song on F? You understand that thing? So you cannot compare me with someone who just started a song out of nowhere, and that person is in between keys. Okay. Yeah.
This needs its own podcast. It needs a lengthy 5-week everyday episode about so we can bring, and it'll be nice. I want us to bring servants of God, pastors to deliberate this. We're not trying to say, I'm speaking from my own personal view. Yeah. And the views of every individual comes in is also their own opinion. But it's a very critical topic we need to talk about.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I know that you're the one who's asking questions. So I just want to know. So in your church, do they pay musicians?
Let me give you an example. Yeah, I'm not a pastor, right? If I had a church, I would pay my musicians, but I will only encourage them to go and learn the music part, and they must be full time. To arrange the music for the Sunday or service during the week, right? Yeah, if you Tuesday when you wake up, you have a program as an MD. The program of the week. You have a monthly program like any other person going to 8 to 5. Then now you are being employed, but you should have had the intention to serve first, right? The intention should not be about the salary.
No, yes, yeah.
The intention should be about you wanting to serve, so that already your mindset is not there for money. The money thing comes as a compensation for your service of work.
Yes. I think it's something that most people they miss, because at the end of the day,
yes, sir.
And you understand? So the issue of compensation, it shouldn't be something that we prioritize and forget who is our creator.
And why are we going there?
And why are we going there in the first place? Because we are going to church to pray. Yeah. And then you go to a church whereby they say, we would love to have music in our church so that we can feel the presence of God, so that we can connect and resonate with God and all that. And then you are there and you can play. And then you play, and then they appreciate you, like, no man, this guy is doing a great job. Let's not the other way around. I don't know if I'm contracted.
No. Ministers must learn. Look, that's what I'm saying. There needs to be a concrete conversation around how to go about this. And maybe all churches can use the same policy and benchmarks to address the musician situation. Because at the same time, musicians have been hurt a lot by churches. Yeah. Can't take that away, brother. Yes. Then now we blame them for how they are. No, I'm not. Look, as I said, there's a story. This should be a podcast on its own, a series of podcasts. But it's a conversation we can't dodge. Because you are here today, groomed from church, still in church, understanding why you are in church. It's a conversation that other people need to learn. Let's learn to serve. Right? Seek ye first the kingdom of God, everything else will come, right? Exactly. I think it would also works with how you approach anything in life. If you seek to serve, find a home, place you can call home. a ke re gae Basotho go le o bola ke tlala o ska re wena o nyakela gae because o bona bana le something ya e ba ka gae because o ka gae.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I hear you. I
All
hear
right.
you.
Okay, this is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So serve. Hashtag serve.
Hashtag self.
All right.
Hashtag pay the musicians as well, as they are serving.
Okay, but as you said, full time.
Just pay those people who are playing. Otherwise, remove the music in your church.
Yeah, that's it, bro. I don't know. Well, I mean, look, you allowed. I'm sure after this podcast, they're gonna vote for you. Everyone. Say,
Viva comrade
Viva
Elzablak.
Comrades of Black Viva. We'll talk about it one day in the Tala Festival.
Botse.
Rabitsa ba thoma ka ba lor ba ka go ba gona.
Yeah.
Ba nnete.
Yeah.
Le ba tlhanka mo modimo re ba nnete ka. Go gona le ba le ba no thoma ga ne jo bone go dilo tsa ka speed. Ba tse gore batho ba nya ka chelete. Ba lera ka mokotla. I hear you. Music can be a powerful medium for personal expression and social commentary, Elzablak. Can you discuss a particular song or a performance where you felt that your music deeply resonated with both yourself and your audience? What was the experience like?
You know, this song, it's a national anthem in my house.
Okay.
We get inspired by fellow musicians along the way, and there was this one artist once told me that find your voice.
Yeah.
And after finding your voice, find that artist that matches your vocal range.
All right.
And then follow that artist. Follow that artist's footstep, but don't lose yourself along the way as you are.
Like find your tone.
Exactly, but don't lose yourself. Be you, do you. Bona or okachiang out of that artist that can groom you to what you are. So the song that I once sang in I remember it was at a wedding. You know that moment where people are eating. We were singing like wedding song, normal wedding song, during the day, along the program. And then when they were starting eating, they were seated, and then I started singing the Tsapotsola Papa. Normally, you guys, you know it as Waiting for Your Name to Be Called. I sang that song.
What if for those that don't know it, maybe might just give him a hint.
You waiting for your name to be called. Your body's shaking with disbelief, cause you never work for it before.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, after singing the song, after that performance, there was this old guy came to me. I was like, "Groot man, at some point I was asking her, hey man, these people they booked Tap. Tap was still alive. Village Pop was still alive. Yeah, these people they have money. They booked Tapatola. I came in the tent running just to see who is he really here. Yeah, ke damano fitlile kara. I give you like time. I remember you sing so amazing. I'm like, I know I get level. And then I thought, no, it's one of those performances like where people that just enjoy good music, for people who knows good music. I understand. So every time when I sing this song, even when people they were busy doing something, that first note, you waiting for your name. If they were busy typing or on the phone or what, they will leave whatever that they do and then like give me that look. Oh, is this guy singing? and then
Then it makes sense.
yes, then I'm like, oh no, I know this song, and my son loved this song.
Are there any covers of yours that similar make you feel the same way?
My songs,
Your own songs.
personal songs. I wrote a song last year. Lena Ke a Dumela.
Okay.
It's a gospel song. It's funny how this song came to me. The melody of the song came to me. I was taking a shower, going to work to a rehearsal, go mahuma. That point whereby you are dry in your in your bank.
Things are low.
Things are low. You are dry.
The church didn't pay you.
You understand?
You're waiting for
So
Sunday.
so I'm like I'm going back a memory lane. I'm like, but Elzablak, man, you have achieved a lot, man. There's a lot that you have achieved.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot where that you conquered, and you come a long way, man. I mean, from Beggersford coming to Brapol School, batswadi ba ba sena tšhelete, ba rekisha lekgomo so that they can pay your school fees.
That's cows there, buddy.
Yes, I have a herd of cows, man.
So
Like
Saturday, rush up.
Saturday for meat. My father doesn't play that way, my brother.
What was going by?
Yeah, we must buy. He told me.
So it means they must pay you. They must pay us, then we can go and buy.
Yes. So I told him that, like, bruh, I'm throwing a master of event on Saturday. So can we just slaughter one cow? I'm like, I don't know, it's fine. If we slaughter yours.
And then he said, I don't know for a look so. I don't for Riara, Tabi. For Hara, for Hara, for Rega. Oh, we can pull over Nagawa. For you.
Mona, ukas no lokela ofo.
I don't say everywhere.
Yeah,
Not for it in town. All right, Elzablak. But I'm learning, man, right? And I've got good friends of mine that are along that side. Chen Fez, who Begas for Buffon Root. Sour slap.
yeah, South.
Saga so slap.
Sawa.
Saga so holy. All right, Elzablak, tell me this, man.
Yeah, man.
Throughout your career, right, you've been involved in a lot of various community and youth development campaigns. How has your role as a musician and a performer influenced your perspective on community engagement and social responsibility?
Before I answer that question, can I just send a shout out?
Yes, you can.
If it wasn't this man, I wouldn't. That question, nuka sampichishe yona. Ninka sabile answer ya go answer. Shout out to Matume Rapetwa, the chief executive ya Mahuma Group, Get Down Productions, and Matume Rapetwa Foundations. I traveled South Africa, my brother. I don't wanna lie. All 9 provinces, with their remote areas, I've touched base. We did a lot of campaigns. We did campaigns with youth development, as you mentioned. We did your financial literacy. We did health campaigns. You understand? So that thing taught me that, it's never enough. There are a lot of people out there that needs this thing, that needs this information that you guys are bringing. Okay. Whereby we would go to a school or to a community whereby it's sad, man. What I like about Get Down Productions, we target where people don't reach. Okay. We would go to a squatter camp, Komikukung. with big sounds and stages and give those people a proper show. If we are in the Eastern Cape, siyathatha kaloku. So that thing.
When you're in Stellenbosch,
we prat and talk. Actually, I gave my piano. So
when you are there by Toyando,
Rukwamba, Ramba Chivenda Sabukuma.
and then when you are in the by Giani, I have to check.
Oh man.
No, but that's great because it actually says a lot about your diversity and how diversified, the Mahuma group is,
Yes.
Because most people, honestly speaking, they just go to places and still try and enforce their own.
You will fight with Matome if you force your language in a foreign control.
How long did it take you to learn these languages? wait, let me just rephrase. How long have you been with the Mahuma group?
I've been with Mahuma group from 2012.
It's 12 years.
Yeah, we had 12 years, yes.
No wonder you know all of these.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
But I'm not. I'm that one. Yeah, I leave it for the.
This is one for the archives.
Yes.
A big shout out to the Huma group and
Yeah, man.
Mr. Khotman. That one is a real Khotman. No. I can attest to that myself. I mean, that man has played a part in every of our lives. Everyone that's doing something reasonable in the industry within this province and outside from this province, that man has had a part, some sort, some way or the other.
I so wish that one day I grow up and be like him.
Yeah, man.
So that I know wherever I am, there's someone speaking great about me. In my absence. I'm telling you, whoever was panning le matomerapeto, oloro ba feditse botse. But what I know gore matome agasa di motho bobe wena self wena ko yena tlo kitielang bobe
Okay,
so
that's the case with these kind of
exactly.
organizations.
It's exactly. So what I know, I could do more one day. Maybe let's say I'm in Dubai, man. Company ke Irana. Honali little gap my piano. Man, you know Elzablak. Elzablak is my boss. That guy is a good guy. Bona. That man anyu korbana roche fast. That's him, bro.
Bro, it's TK, the truth of the matter is, there are those individuals, but it's very rare to get them. You look at your Mahuma group, you've got an amazing man like Matome Rapeto. You look at an organization like Shynebright, you've got Mr. Mashabela. These individuals, look, I'm not gonna, and I get bicycle. There's some people that are real in life, and to get them and to be around the systems of growth is very rare. So wherever you are, if you're in a system or a place, because there's a lot of them out there, but there are few. Okay? If you find yourself as a musician or as a creative in that space where there's somebody who's willing to help you grow and grow your craft, hey man, just don't, hey man, try and stay there.
And make it a point that you don't bend bridges, my brother. When you burn a bridge, how's your trip? Your return trip is gonna be?
Worst part in the industry.
Exactly. Unless if I burn bridges, I know that I'm going to do another thing. But either way, life is rutono kopana. Runidana some way.
What advice do you have to a person that has burnt a bridge or a couple of bridges and they're aware? But how do you come back? You apologize.
Exactly. Swallow your pride.